Hi, this is Lou from Lou's Antiques and Collectibles, and we buy and sell stuff for our two antique booths in the two antique malls that we're in. Maumee Antiques in Maumee, Ohio, and Plaza Antiques in Lincoln Park, Michigan. And it is winter in Michigan. I'm going to open the door here for not very long because it's a whole 3 degrees out here today. And man, it has been a rough winter. We have had more below 0 days than we've had in a long time. So obviously there's no garage sales going on this time of year, and the thrift stores are slim pickings. So I'm going to show you some of the stuff that we do in the winter getting ready for the antique booth. All summer I buy jewelry and all kinds of items for the antique booth. But what happens in the summer is I get so busy because I'm going to so many garage sales as I end up not being able to price the jewelry. So what I do is in this cabinet here is all the jewelry that I bought from the previous summer. And what I do is I mark the bags, what I paid on them, and then in the winter, that's when they all come out. As you can see, there's quite a bit in here. So I've already done a few because actually this entire cabinet was filled, and I had to put stuff underneath the bed in here. It's one of my kids' bedrooms. And I was trying to pull the stuff out from underneath the bed first. But I have some bags that I have not gone through, and I thought we'd go through one on video here so you could see it. So let's go out in the living room and go through it. So all of the small items, I typically deal in smalls. I have some bigger items, have been priced and put in the barn for the winter. But the jewelry is so fragile. I don't know, with the temperatures being so cold and so hot, it might loosen up some of the stones on these rhinestone pieces. So, like I said, I put it all in bags and what I paid for it. And this particular bag I got for free. So even though you see price tags on here, that was the original price tags, and I actually got this for free. It was at a senior sale, and they had $5 a box or whatever, and at the last day, and there was a ton of jewelry they had just put out, and they threw in all that jewelry in the $5 box that I had, so that was a really good deal. And Mutt's taking a look here too. So we're going to go through this bag and see what we can find. So we'll start here. This is the obvious one to start with. We got a set here. It's newer, obviously. One of the earrings is missing a stone. But this, just with the necklace on this one, the back looks pretty good. Just with the necklace on this one, I think I can get probably $5 to $10 on it. So that's the first thing. So then we're going to start pulling out of these stuff in these bags. Actually, we'll just dump it out. I love surprise bags. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of stuff here. And what I think I need to do is probably organize it by necklaces, earrings, and bracelets, so you can have a good view of it all. And like I said, this was basically free. There's price tags on it, but it was the last day, and I had a $10 box, or actually a $5 box already packed, and this just was thrown in at the top. So that was pretty awesome. I always take jewelry for free. You never know. A lot of it could be junk, but even for a junk bag, if I threw it all in a junk bag, I usually get about $10 per junk bag. So even if there was nothing but garbage, we still would have made a profit on this. So plus it's much more fun to go through later because this has been sitting in that cabinet for probably 4 or 5 months anyways. So it's a good thing I marked the bags, because if I didn't, I would certainly forget what I got. So I'm going to separate this for you. So here are the necklaces, and I always have a cat in the middle of everything I do because they love jewelry too. So let's start underneath my cat here. Her name is Mutt. We have a Mutt and Jeff cats, a male and a female. So this is a belt. And although it's not that terrific looking, actually somebody had $13 on it, which I wouldn't even have done that at the antique mall. These belts, these metal belts, go really good at the mall. I get between $5 and $7 out of those. So if I can put them on a dress form over a dress or a shirt, that's when I really sell well with those. And here's the necklaces. This one's actually super pretty. And then we have some smaller ones. And this one here I could probably get $7, $8 out of. And these here, this one's pretty nice too, this gold one here. These here, I probably can get between 2 and 5 for them. Not anything real valuable, but still, it's nice to have this kind of stuff on the counter because that's the stuff that's shopped more frequently because it's easier to get to. The stuff in the showcase, you have to go get a key and whatnot. So most of this will go for fairly cheap, like something like this, and these shell ones will probably go for just a couple bucks, and same with these real fine ones. Usually I can't get very much money out of these fine chain ones unless, you know, there's something special about them. They're sterling or gold or whatever. But this is a good start. So even if I got a couple bucks a piece, man, I made some money off of this. And like I said, I paid like $5 for a box full of stuff. I had it all filled up, and then the jewelry was bought out. And this is probably leftovers from previous sales, and I just threw it all on the top. They said everything was $5 a box, and I had enough room for this little bit of jewelry. So that will make my money back and then some for that box, although the stuff in it already kind of did. So good start. So let's move on to the bracelets. Here's the bracelets. Not much to talk about here. This is just a little junk bracelet. I'll probably throw that in a junk bag. This one, I don't know. It's like clay beads. I might get a couple dollars out of that. Oh, it looks like it's a ribbon on it. It must be a sign of some sort of cancer. So I'm not sure on that one. I may have to look that one up, but I'll probably only get a couple bucks from that regardless. And this one here is a little silver one, and that's not worth a whole lot. Maybe the string is a little bit loose on that. That'll probably break really easily. I'll probably put that in a junk bag too, or I may restring it. It's kind of tough to restring this stuff, so I don't know if it's worth it. I usually put it in a junk bag and let somebody else do that. And then the best thing on the bracelets, excuse me, was this watch here. There's a Hello Kitty watch, which this could be worth like $10, but it has to work. I'll have to put a battery in it and see if it works. If it doesn't work, it'll go in a junk bag. And people will a lot of times take watches apart and they use the faces for jewelry. So that's why I put old watches in a bag, and a lot of people will buy them for those types of things. Over here I got two little glass pigs. I have no idea why they were in there. But one is chipped, so that's kind of junk. The other one, this one's good. It's a little flying pig. Well, that's pretty cute. I could probably get a couple bucks out of him. He's all glass. And then these are the pins I got, and there's a pin back. I'll probably put that in a junk bag. These two I could probably get a couple bucks out of, along with this the sun one. And the most interesting thing is I had a little bag of pendants, and there's one little pendant. I don't know if you can see it. That looks like it might be gold. So I'm going to definitely have to check that one out. Otherwise, I'll probably put those in a grab bag. Also, the leaf pendant, I might put on a chain. That's kind of cute. So if I got an extra chain around here, I have a whole basket of just chains that I use. And a lot of times I hang them up in my kids' closets too, so they stay nice. And I have some in there, and I might be able to find a gold chain for that one. And then this bag was kind of interesting too. I almost want to say there could be some sterling and gold in that bag. So we're going to have to come back to that at the end and see what we got to work with. So not much on the bracelet front here and the pins, but a few things. And like I said, it was basically free. So whatever we get is a bonus. So plus it's been fun to go through this. So let's see what else we got. Here are all the earrings I got. So I got some really new Claire's earrings, and I'll put those on a card. They do sell. So anyways, we'll do that. And then all these earrings here are pretty good. Nothing big value. Probably $2-3 a pair. I got some single ones that I'll have to sell, throw it in the junk bag to sell. But I did find a pair of like little gold studs right here on this little card. Almost like a needlepoint card or something. So I'm going to go through those. Those look kind of like they could be gold to me, but I don't know. So anyways, so we're going to go through all that. And one thing that's important is all the phones are going crazy. That means our child that we babysit is on her way over, so I got to get this picked up. So anyways, one thing I do is I always check like these earring backs, because you never know. I have found some gold ones, and gold is so high right now that you get some decent money out of some of that stuff. So that's all the earrings, nothing of big value. I did get some of these pins here. I'm going to look through these. I've actually had a gold or silver one of those at times, so I got to go through all these. And I got to go through the little bag of pendants that I have over here and those gold stud earrings to see if we have anything to write home about. So that was pretty good. I mean, I probably can make maybe $10, $20 out of all these. That's really good. Maybe not 20, maybe like 10, but that's still pretty good. A lot of little earrings in there, real cheap, from $1 to $3, but it fills up my racks and people love that stuff. So even though it takes a long time to process, I think it's worth it in the long run. These items here in that bag of basically free jewelry are all sterling. The one I think is really cool is this one here, like a little person. That one's a really neat piece. And then these little pins are sterling, and so not real valuable, but still it's kind of cool to find some sterling. The other thing that was even more cool is to find this stuff here was gold. Now gold is pretty high these days, so I'm not sure what that's going to be. It's not going to be a tremendous amount. But still, that was cool to find some gold in all that junk jewelry that we got for basically nothing. So those were the things there that we found. We're going to go through another couple bags, and I found these two bags in the cabinet, and it looks as though I paid $60 for both bags. I have no idea what's in there, so let's take a look here. We got bracelets. Looks like everything is packaged separately in bags. Oh boy. There's a lot of stuff in here for $60. I got a cat here helping me too. Again, the cats are always around when the jewelry's going on. Unbelievable amounts of stuff. That's just that one bag there. And then I probably have same amount in this bag here. This is going to be really quite fun to go through this. So let me, oh, is that a pretty piece? Look at that. Oh, that's really nice. Let me separate this by necklaces and bracelets and earrings, and we'll see what we got to work with here. So I dumped everything out in these bags, and I don't know where I even got all this. Look at all this jewelry for $60. I mean, it is crazy. Now, there is some things that are only worth a couple dollars, and that might even only be worth $1. And there's some things that are definitely worth more. But look at all this jewelry. Can you believe it? I haven't even started to separate it. I just wanted to show you the big amount. There's at least a couple hundred pieces here. I don't even think I got $1 a piece in any of these things. So this is, that's a neat one. Look at that, the needlepoint. This is amazing. So let me go ahead and start separating them again so we can see how many things we have of each. This is always what's fun in the winter, is to go through all the stuff that you bought in the summer. And honestly, I don't remember even where I got this. But this was a really good deal. I got these all divided up now. I think I remember where I got this. Sometimes as you go through things, you start to remember. And I think I got this at a sale before the Fall Flat Rock Speedway sale, because I wasn't able to attend because it was the same day as the Fall Vintage Market. And the lady that I went to, she has those, a lot of times, bags for $1. And this time her prices were a little higher. I mean, not high at all in retrospect. I mean, everything was 10 for $1, but I think she threw in a lot of stuff for me at the end with all the things that she found. So there is 57 bracelets. Now some of these are like these. I'm probably only going to get like $4 out, $3-4 out of those. But even if I got $2 or $3 a piece, I mean, that's my money back right there. So that's a lot of bracelets. Let me show you the other stuff. So here's all the pins I got. I got about 40 pins. And some of them are as simple as something like that, where I'm going to get a couple bucks out of. And same with these stick pins, you only get a couple, $2-3 out of those. Where this one is quite nice. I probably can get $8 or $10 out of that. So 40 pins is pretty god good. We'll take that. Now these over here, these are pendants. Now they need chains, and I have a closet full of chains. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pendants. So that'll make 7 more necklaces. This belt buckle is quite nice. I could probably get $3 or $4 out of that. And then I got all of these cufflinks. There's 1, 2, 3 sets there. And then I got a whole bag of them. I don't even know how many is in this set, but we'll go through that here in a second. I can tell you how many more I have besides just the 3 there. The cufflinks that I pulled out of the bag, and these are all single cufflinks. So I will bag them up and put them all for like $3 or something like that. For people that are looking for the pair, or they're going to use them for craft jewelry or whatnot. But you got to figure, I think I at least got like 10 cents in all of those, so that's quite a good profit. Let's see what else we got. So I have about 61 bags of earrings. Most of them are singles. A lot of them are just these little crystal ones. I usually get a couple, $2, $3 out of those. But some of them are like bags of them. Like these are hoops. And there's a whole big bag of hoops too. I'm not quite sure how that got there, so I don't know. There's probably 7 or 8 pair of hoops in there, and this one's got like 3 pair in. So I counted those as 1. So nothing spectacular. Lots of good $2, $3 jewelry, but to be honest, I sell more of this stuff than I do the expensive stuff. Obviously, because everybody might have an extra $5, but they don't always have an extra $20. So this is incredibly labor intensive. If I work on this and just my spare time, it'll probably take a week between babysitting and going to the antique malls and resetting up there. So this is going to take some serious time. So I enjoy it. I do it in front of my TV. I have a big tray in front of my chair, and I sit and do it. And then I have cabinets that I put in when I'm done and have it all separated. So when I need things, I just grab a bag and I go. Like if I need to fill the earring racks, I just grab a bag out of the cabinet and they're ready to go. They're priced and cleaned and ready for a sale. Let's see what else we got. We got about 78 necklaces in here. That's a lot of necklaces. And some of them are just junky, a couple dollar type of necklaces. And then some of them are a little nicer. And there's a variety as far as, like, this is an older piece. It's such a big mixed bag in here. They have from older pieces like that to these little shell things that I get a couple, $2, $3 out of, to this shell piece that's kind of beautiful. I think I can get probably $7, $8 for that. And to this piece here, which is all rhinestones, that might even stay with me. I kind of like that one. So 78 necklaces. Oh my goodness. Talk about overwhelming. I'm going to show you some of the stuff I pulled to the side. Some of the things I pulled to the side. We're coming upon Valentine's Day here pretty soon, so I pulled all the heart jewelry out because it sells the best during this time of year. I have a lady who was looking for men's type of jewelry, and I pulled that out. And then, as I told you in the beginning, this here is I thought it was actually a pin, but it's a pendant. That's beautiful. And then this pin here is a lucite pin. I don't know. I got to look up that. That could be something that has some value to it. This was interesting to me, too. This is like a little enameled camel. Don't know anything about it, but if you know anything about it, let me know in the comments. I thought that was kind of cool. I pulled that to the side. I also pulled this little turtle to the side because it was a keychain. And it's marked on the bottom. Bangkok, Thailand. I don't know if that has any value or not. This I thought was kind of cool. Let me open this up for you. I can't do it with one hand. I'm going to put it down for a second. I got that compact open, and look what was inside. There's a compass in there. That was kind of cool. Some other things I pulled to the side was I had a bunch of rhinestone necklaces that I pulled to the side because right now this is the time of year I sell a lot of those, and I have just a little ring that's only worth a couple dollars. I wanted to put that out right now also. So I think overall we did pretty good. I like the compass. I think that's kind of cool. I might have to keep that one too. So I hope you enjoyed going through all this jewelry. This was, like I said, my winter job in Michigan. Things I do that I can't keep up on during the summer. And this takes me months to do. So at times I am grateful for the winter time where things are slowed down a little bit and I can actually go through and price all this stuff, because this is labor, tedious work. Lots of fun for me, not for everybody, but I enjoy it. So this is Lou from Lou's Antiques and Collectibles saying goodbye, and we'll see you again. Bye.